We begin tonight with a surprise in Latah County Court this afternoon in the case against the man who is suspected of murdering 4 University of Idaho students last fall.
What was expected to be an afternoon full of hearings wrapped up within an hour. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy was inside the courtroom today and has been digging for answers into this shortened docket.
It came as a shock to most of us in the courtroom when we didn't hear several of those motions that we expected to, including one where the defense was asking the judge to compel prosecutors to provide materials related to the grand jury that indicted Kohberger, as well as the defense asking for a potential pause on the proceedings if those materials were turned over. I made calls to a contact with Idaho courts who tells me that both sides are still discussing those issues and an agreement may be reached outside open court. Here's what we did hear in court today. Defense attorney Ann Taylor wants the judge to make prosecutors turn over several pieces of evidence, including the training records of 3 officers who Taylor says had critical involvement in the investigation, like interviewing key witnesses or attending autopsies. The other evidence the defense wants are records from the FBI, specifically related to the suspect's cell phone records. They also want a report from an FBI forensic examiner who guided police to look for a white Hyundai Elantra. Taylor says these are critical pieces to preparing the defense's case.
These are things that we need to have. There is a heightened standard now that the state has filed this notice of intent to seek death.
And they haven't proffered any reason as to why this would be needed for the preparation of their case.
Prosecutors argue the defense has everything the state has, and they're actually still waiting for FBI records themselves. Judge John Judge said he'd take those arguments and look at case law and issue a ruling later on. Now, as for those motions that we didn't hear in court, our contact with Idaho courts says we may not see anything publicly filed on those, depending on what both sides decide. In Moscow, Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.